The biggest and number one question I get from the people I meet selling AI automations and ATN workflows and so on, and the people I talk to online as well, is how can I get more clients for my AI automations and how can I do it fast? Because I know there's a demand right now within the marketplace and I want to capture this demand. So, how can I get clients and just put myself out there beyond my network and beyond being just a freelancer charging $1,000 per build? I want to charge more because I know I'm undercharging. I know that's a bit of detailed, but that's exactly what I get. And in this video, exactly, I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So without further ado, let's jump in and start showing you the plan. So you want more clients, I want more clients, everyone wants more clients because that's how you scale your business. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. So how to sell 3K AI automations in 15 to 30 days. And I'm going to show you a proven method to do so. So we're going to cover three things over here. Point number one is how to squeeze the clients out and around your network right now in the next 15 and 30 days. Even if you do not see them with your eyes, they are there, trust me. And I've done it multiple times with multiple people. I'm going to show you exactly how you can get them out. Point number two is how can you position yourself out of the freelancer 1K per build, per workflow, per AI automation, per AI voice agent, and start charging what you really are worth and stop undercharging, because that's exactly what I hear by the most that I talk to. I'm undercharging. Everyone is charging 5K, 10K. So how can I charge and position myself better to charge 10K and 5K? So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And point number three is how to create a crazy good AI automation offer that they can't say no to, and you stand out from everyone else within the marketplace. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So a bit of context before we get started. And when I was at the Dubai FinTech Summit, I met a bunch of people. There was this particular person that came up to me and told me, I checked YouTube just before I come up to you, and just to make sure it's you. And I just had one question. You work with AI workflows, N8N automations, and so on. That's exactly what I want to sell. So can you tell me how can I get clients outside of my network? That was one part of this question that inspired this topic that I'm going to talk about right now. And the second part is, if you go check my YouTube videos, I see the most common question being, how can I get more clients? How can I sell this to clients? And let's say the underlying word is here, how to get more clients. And that's exactly why we're talking about this video. And from my last 5 clients as well, there were 3 situations within the past, let's say 3 weeks, that came up to me. And I think this is going to be very beneficial for them. 3 of them being, one, I want to quit my job. I need to replace my salary really fast. We're taking that into consideration over here and answering that. And point number two is people see me as a freelancer on Upwork right now, and I can't position myself properly. And I want to create an offer for higher prices. And I don't want to be seen as a freelancer anymore. I want to position myself as a business owner, entrepreneur. Can you help me with that? That's point number two. Point number three is I need a quick cash inject within my business within the next 30 days because I'm scaling and I'm going to be net negative if I don't get a positive cash flow right now, or I don't get more cash within my business. So I broke this down into how to do it in 4 levels. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to cover all of this and answer this question exactly so you can get more clients within the next 15 and 30 days. So level one of this whole journey is to start with the mind. I know you're waiting for that funnel, that technique, that strategy, and so on, but it's very important to start with the mind, because your mind will play games with you as you go on for the next 15 and 30 days, because you're going to get into a sprint growth mode where you're going to go full offense and stop being defensive or on the sidelines. So 3 things, I won't talk much about mindset over here, but 3 things just keep in mind is, one, shut down your ego, or whatever your mind says. It will play with you during this time. So shut everything out, all the thoughts out, and so on. For the next 15 days, you're going to say, I'm not going to listen to your mind. I'm going to just fully focus on the action and the logic that's going to get me to the outcome that I want. That's point number one. I'm going to give you the logic in a bit. So we're talking about mind now. And then point number two is, think all is done and you just need to put in the work. So now you're going to be approaching what I'm going to show you for the next 15 and 30 days thinking, or I have the clients already. It's done. It's like they're already there. I just need to put the action to materialize it. So go in with a frame that it's already done. And point number three over here is, it's a sprint and you will rest. It's not something you're going to do forever. You're not going to shut down your ego forever. You're not going to be numb to the feelings that you're going to feel forever. You're just going to be numb for a period of time, get the clients, grow personally as an individual and as an entrepreneur, do the transition from freelancer to entrepreneur or business owner, and then we can rest and then go back and with another sprint. and you're going full offense mode right now, and let's go. So this is point number one. Now you're prepared. Let's get into the strategy. So level two is, and point number two is, we need to be clear about the model we will follow. The model I've been talking about many, many times is that we take strangers, which exist within a circle, we make them leads. I'm going to show you exactly how. And we take those leads, we make them customers, where they try something within our universe, let's say. And then from customers, they become clients. And clients, when you deliver whatever you promise to deliver, they become case studies. And this is an example that happened with me with Loe. I'm going to show you. This took around 16 weeks. So Loe was a stranger, and this was when I was booking calls in the past. I don't book calls now, but when I was booking calls, he booked a call, did not show up to the call. Then I did an email launch sequence, and he answered within the launch sequence and said, "Hey, I'm interested. I want to join." He joined, and within 16 weeks, we got them the results that he was there for. And he left me a testimonial, he left me some reviews, and here are some pictures. He's achieving the results. That is a 16-week cycle that can be done. I showed you a live example with one of my clients, and I can show you many examples on this. But another example, which is more recent, there's another client that joined me, and this person wanted to get a client. We start from zero. That person did not have any positioning, any offer, any content, any strategy in place, any conversion mechanism in place, which I'm going to give you all of that. And we said, let's go. Let's start from zero. Let's see where what we're gonna achieve within this period we're working together. Within 30 days, starting from zero, this person got the first client, which is client number one. And I said, I'm super proud and so on. This was in the community and so on. So just to tell you that this is the model we're following, and the model not just works for me, and it's not a model that I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years, but is a model also my clients also implement as well. So it's essentially the world and machine model, where the world is something like this. You are at the center of this world, your systems, your personality, your vibe, your chemistry, the aura you provide to the world. And that's what makes you unique in terms of your world, because everyone sells AI automation, let's say. But some people are more humorous than others. You do things differently because you have certain beliefs and values and principles that say, okay, I don't want to do AI and automation like this just on the go, but I want to plan this out using a PRD, then use chat gpt and use this tool xyz and do this way because it's much better and saves time. So it depends on who you are and how you do things, and this is where becomes very, very important in terms of what's your systems, what's your personality and vibe. Around that, you build your world, and you take the people, as I showed you, as strangers to become leads, to customers, to clients, to case studies, and back to strangers, and you go around the world over and over again. And the transition between these are systems, essentially marketing systems, conversion systems, sales systems, delivery systems, and so on. So these are your machines. And if you want to like make it even better, you can use AI automation as an agent you build for yourself to make it easier and so on. So this essentially is the model. So right now we understand the model, how does it work? And we understand the mind itself as well, like how or what human will we become for the next 15 and 30 days to get the results that we want to get. Now let's talk about level three over here, which is the offer itself. Very, very, very important. I'm not going to tell you to niche down right now on demographics. You're not going to niche down on that working dad that's 35 to 55 years old and is working as a chiropractor and has 15 customers reaching out to them, and they're losing 90% of the leads, and they need a voice agent because it's going to save them all the leads and it's going to give them the customers and so on. We're not going to focus on demographics. We're going to focus on psychographics, which is pain, because this is what puts you in freelancer mode. Oh, you're a freelancer, you do this one-off thing. But when you solve pain, it could be a working dad, it could be a working mom, it could be whatever that person is, and you're just focusing on a pain, and that's your target. That's point your number one. Don't niche down on demographics, niche down on psychographics. And let me tell you the difference between entrepreneur and freelancer, and why does an entrepreneur charge much higher prices than a freelancer over here. So a freelancer, they target demographics, and entrepreneur targets psychographics. A freelancer undercharge to sell because one, they have confidence issues with what they're selling to others, and they have a positioning and offer problem, and they're selling essentially this and not this. So they undersell, and they know they're underselling, and they still do it. And an entrepreneur charges market price plus confidence level. And if confidence level is not there, for example, you want to charge $5,000 per build, per automation, and so on. What you can do is you start 2,000, then 2,200, 2,500, and so on. You build that confidence out because the market price is 5,000. You need to go towards it. You don't need to stay stuck at 1,000. That's point number two. Point number three, a freelancer focuses on specific type of agents, let's say, or specific types of automations and so on, while an entrepreneur focuses on outcomes from agents. Okay, I'm going to make you more money with agents. That's what I'm going to do. That's an entrepreneur positioning. A freelancer positioning is, is saying, okay, I'm going to get you a voice agent running within your business that's going to get you XYZ. So focus on outcomes that people care for and want, and they don't care how you're going to achieve that result for them, and you're going to do it through AI automations, voice agents, and so on. So this is very, very important. And the fourth point over here, I've seen this trend happen in the AI automation space as well. Find, or let me tell you how it is. Scrape Apollo, find a bunch of emails every single day, scrape Google Maps, find a bunch of other emails, and send cold emails every single day, 100 emails every single day, and add Loom videos within that emails if they're not working. Look at the open rates, check your DNS. That's one approach. Another approach is called messaging people on LinkedIn or Instagram and other social platforms. So these are approaches everyone is using. But what you're going to do now, you most probably did those if you're selling AI automations. So what you're going to do, you're going to take all that context that you have and you're stop going full offense on them. You're going to pause and give them a pattern interrupt right now and just give them value. Like create a YouTube video and send it to them. I created this YouTube video and I think you're going to enjoy it because we talked XYZ before. So once you get that cold audience and do this small snippets of value that you're going to provide to them, then they become warm and then they're going to come and buy from you whatever offer you have, which I'm going to show you the offer right now. But don't go straight towards here. I'm doing this. Do you want it? Or even the worst part over here, which is very, very important, stop building free builds or automations and value upfront in terms of services, but more of content that you are providing already and sharing with the world in terms of this is what I built. Look at this, guys, and XYZ, instead of just I built this for you. This is how it works. This is a Loom video. Are you interested or not? So I'd suggest take them to become warm and through content instead of just selling them on the spot in terms of free build automation. I did this for you. Do you want to pay now? So we don't do free work over here. So this is the very important part of niching down, but in a very different way and different perspective. Then, now, when someone is interested, what do you do? What offer will you send them? This is the exact offer I've been using for the past 2 years. It works, and I always use it. And anyone who wants to join me right now is going to see this exact type of offer as well. So essentially, it's a piece of paper. It can be 2 to 3 pages. As you're going to put a name over here, and then you're going to have an outcome over here, which is a big outcome. As I said, the outcome being not a voice agent, not a whatever type of agent, but more of money related outcomes, health related outcomes, or relationship related outcomes. Money meaning I'm going to help you make $10,000. I'm going to help you make $2,000 with agents and so on, instead of I'm going to build you an AI voice agent and so on. So always focus on the vacation and not the plane ticket. So focus on how it would look like for them. What's the outcome, the end outcome they're going to get if they start working with you. That's point number one. Point number two is, okay, you told me you're going to make me $10,000 right now. How do I believe you that you're going to make me that? What are the steps we're going to go through? You're going to talk about 3 steps over here. Just keep it at 3 because this is the number I found that works well. Point number one is this is the foundational step we're going to build out. Point number two is this is how we're going to get the outcome. Point number three is this is how you're going to keep on getting the outcome, because I'm going to provide to you PDFs and a maintenance guide, whatever it is, so you can keep on getting the outcome, which is the outcome you're here for. Then you're going to give them a timeline for you. If you're doing done for you services, you're building AI automation bits for them. It's not a consulting offer. It could be a maximum of 6 weeks. If it's more of a consulting coaching offer, it could be more of a 12 to 16 weeks to 1 year as well. So in terms of pricing, we're not going to do 1,000 anymore. That's undercharging. That's freelancer. Now you're positioning yourself at the higher stage. So it's going to be at least 3,000 to 5,000 plus. So I forgot to add plus here, but it's going to be more than this. A guarantee depends on what you deliver. It's done for you work. You can add the guarantee in there. If it's consulting coaching offer, you can remove the guarantee and say, I don't have any guarantees. The guarantee is just you coming in and putting the work. Next steps is, this is very important to put as well, because, okay, if someone goes through this, they want to know, okay, what do I do next? How do I sign up? So you can tell them, send me an email, fill this onboarding form, or DM me or call me, whatever it is, or let's book a call, whatever it is. So this is for the offer part. So the model is clear, the offer is clear, and the mind is clear. And he thought the first thing we would do together to get clients is lead generation, but that's the next or first or last thing we will do right now, because if you don't have these foundations clear, you're not going to sell or speak the right words in order to sell when you come to sell. So now that this is clear, now let's get into lead gen and sales. The first thing you're going to do, you have your offer ready right now, you're in that mindset and you know how the model works. Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, let me self audit right now. How is my network around me? Who do I have around me? What's the situation right now? So this is self audit question. Answer these questions. Question number one is, how big is your social audience right now? How big is your email list? Your email list is your money maker. So if you have not started an email list yet, I highly, highly recommend you do. So start gathering emails. And point number three is, how many past clients have you had in the past? And point number four is, how many are cold, warm, and hot? Just a point over here about the email list is that your email list has to be people who opted in your email, not cold email you scraped that you're going to blast or spam your messages to. They need to have shown interest of being interested in your stuff. So this is the point over here. After a self audit, you can decide what are you going to do next. And this is the micro step daily formula. So let me tell you a bit of background about this. This took me a really long time to get to and be confident that this is the only way or one of the best ways to make this work for our type of businesses, because I had a lot of experimentation and testing in order to get this work for myself and for my clients as well. It's very, very simple. It's just doing one of everything every single day. But in order to execute it properly, you need to be in the right mindset. And this is the hardest part of this equation that I'm going to show you, a formula. So going back to the stages that I talked about, the first stage is stranger. So stranger is a person saying, I don't know you exist, I don't know who you are, I don't trust you, I don't know what do you do even, are you here to scam me, or what's the situation? So your main objective is to get them to become a lead, not to become a client. So with cold emailing, what happens is you get these strangers, you try to get them to become a client, which are down over here, which is a later step. So the main objective right now for these people is get them to become leads. In terms of what does a lead mean? A lead means is, I gave you permission to talk to me. I gave you a permission. You can message me, you can email me, you can do whatever you want. So how do you do that? I do it right now with one short form content plus one long form content plus one email. So volume is very important in this case as well. If you want to do this at scale, I recommend you doing every single one every single day. That's how you're going to just explode your business, and you're gonna go way beyond one client in 15 to 30 days. That's just one point. But as I said, it's simple but hard to execute because you need to be in the right mind to make a YouTube video every single day. So what type of content you're going to create here is live builds, answering client questions, top insights from something that happened. You're not going to create, and you're going to avoid creating content because that's going to keep you in freelancer mode or the low ticket mode, in terms of this is how you're going to build a voice agent. Drag this node, put it over here, double click. This is the system prompt. This is how you're going to build another node. You're going to put a set node, then you're going to put a loop over here, whatever it is. So this is going to put you in freelancer mode. It's going to show that, okay, you know your stuff, you're smart, amazing, great, but you're not telling me about the business outcome over here. But whenever I think of a business outcome that's going to be useful, I'm going to reach out to you because you look smart. This is what you're doing in terms of this type of content. I'm going to avoid how-to content and focus more of these type of contents. And then for the frameworks, you're going to use the Hammer protocol, meaning that you're going to target not the lower ticket mindsets, not the beginners, but more of the advanced people, or people who are making money. And perspective shifting, meaning that you're not going to do how to's, but more of you're going to show them, okay, this is how I thought about it, and this is the strategy behind it. And these are some of the insights, and this is how I'm going to execute on this, and this is the results. So it's more of insights and shifting perspectives of others rather than just giving value upfront, because value does not sell. And I can tell you very confidently that value does not sell, because if you go bottom and look at the videos that I put out in the past, which is a 4-hour video on how to build a business, with 3-hour or 4-hour video on go high level and so on, brought nothing, did nothing, got views, amazing, but did nothing. So I'm telling you from experience over here. Point number two, once they reach to become a lead, this becomes makes them to become a lead. And once they become a lead, what you're going to do is you're going to give them a fitting room kind of experience, or you're going to let them or allow them to test you and see how working with you feels like I want to work with you, but I need to first test out how does it feel like. Are you rude? Do you reply fast? Like what is the scope? What will he tell me? What do I expect, and so on. So this is where you can introduce a one tiny product, either in the $7 to $100. You can keep it to $1 as well, but I recommend it to be keeping it $7 to $100, not a subscription kind of a one-off thing, where they can get use it and get quick results as well. And depending on the ticket size, and this is very important because I have some of my products, which is one-off products that takes people from leads to customer. That's $25,000, and it's not for AI automations, and it's for very large enterprises, because the bigger deal that I'm gonna sell after this is more than in the 1 million plus range. So instead of jumping to going from stranger, hey, I have this thing that's 1 million. Do you want it? It's more of I have this thing that's 25,000. It's a workshop. I'm gonna do it for all your corporate employees and so on. Let's sit together, and I'm going to do it within half a day. And if we enjoy each other, we vibe and so on, maybe then we can go to the next step. So it depends on who you're selling to and how much your ticket size is, like your core offer ticket size, whether it's 5,000, it's 7 to 100 works. If you're selling 5,000 offers, 5,000 builds and so on. But if you're going larger scale or larger enterprise, you can make it 25,000 plus. So this depends on what you're doing again. And an idea here can be, if you're selling NA10 workflows and so on, you can sell the workflow $1 each. You bundle them in 7 workflows, simple workflows, and that becomes $7. Or you can do a masterclass or workshops for $40, $50, $100. These workshops are 60 to 90 minutes, and you solve a very small and narrow and easy problem where they get value off of. And this just gives them enough confidence that, okay, I like this person. I just tested with this person with $7. Let me see what else this person has. So that person becomes a customer. The customer is saying, let me test you. Let's see how it feels like working for you, with you, and so on. And this customer then becomes a client through the document that I just showed you and we created. So this document over here is what gets leads or customers to become clients. So they can jump from here and here, but this person to jumping to client is more likely, and I'm going to give you statistics over here. 10% of the people that were customers became clients in my case. So this works really, really well. And don't just jump straight to clients. Build out your customer pool. So to wrap this up, there are 4 steps in order to get your clients within the next 15 to 30 days. Step number 1 is you need to be in the right mindset. Step number 2 is that you need to know the model you're working with. Step number 3 is you need to create your offer. And step number 4 is lead generation and sales. People usually start with lead generation and sales, and that's why and where the problems occur in terms of undercharging, not having the confidence, not getting enough clients, and not being the entrepreneur and business owner that you want to become. So we flip the model in this case, and I highly recommend you follow it because this is a proven model I've been running for the past 2 years, and my clients have been running as well. There are multiple testimonials and case studies on this. So I hope you found this valuable, and subscribe if you have not, and see you in the next one.